out of this, I will be surprised.
All right. Live here. Everything else. So
Zoom knows that we're live.
yeah. The data is being sent out to everybody. Twitch and Facebook and everything else.
By the way,
Cool.
how's the audio?
Sound good. Sound good.
Because I have a fan behind me.
Oh, okay.
This, if you can see the light that just turned on,
Right.
that's
That one of those fans without the bladeless fan.
yeah, it's a bladeless fan with an LED light.
That's cool.
And I was like, why are we getting this? This serves no purpose. But honestly, it's the quietest fan in the house.
Oh yeah. Like I always wanted to get one. Is it expensive? I don't know. The ones I've looked at before have been very expensive.
This one was like, I want to say $60.
Nice.
Yeah. It wasn't too bad.
Yeah, I figured the technology has come along enough now where it's not prohibitively expensive to buy one now.
Oh yeah, when we were like kids,
Yeah.
bladeless fan was like the height of technology, and that shit was like $400.
Yeah, that's crazy. But now it's affordable, so that's cool. But hey, everybody, we are talking cats tonight with Chad Wago.
Cat chat.
Yeah, cat chat. It's day 8 of the 12 days of Catsmas. Only got a few days left. And we're raising money for the Lanai Cat Sanctuary. So donate to them. There's links in the description and the comments down there. So please give what you can and help the cats of Lanai, where I think they have more cats than people, which they don't have that many people. So they probably have a lot of things than people there.
Yeah, I think that they have more trees than people. I believe that I read once that the Lanai High mascot was the Pine Kid or something. Or Pine Boy. Like some little tree man, I guess.
Right.
Maybe cool. A little like wooden boy from the Tick.
Yeah, so to get started, Chad, was this the first time you watched cats? What's your cat's experience so far?
My cat's experience is that when the movie was coming out, I read about the play and I said, that sounds insane. That can't possibly be the plot.
Right.
And I talked to somebody about it and they're like, no, that's exactly what the plot is. And I was like, that is insane. I want to see the movie. And then I found out that at one point in the movie, they had buttholes on the cats and then they edited them out. So I've since boycotted the Cats movie because I want to see the butthole cut.
Right. Yeah. You got to release that butthole cut.
Hashtag release the butthole cut.
Yeah.
So this was the first time that I've seen Cats, and it definitely did not make me more excited to watch the movie. But I'm glad that they didn't have buttholes on these high schoolers.
Yeah.
Even though there were definitely, I was looking at some of these kids and like, I don't think they had enough dance belts.
Yeah. That was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
That it's hard with those tights.
Yeah.
You got to put something in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I think the Hungarian version I watched, I think they overdid it with the dance belts because everyone has some very visible bulges.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's.
Well, I mean,
Hungarian
like
stuff.
That's you would rather have a visible bulge than be able to just be like, no, I can see the separation between your dick and your balls.
Yeah, I can see outlines of specific things. Yeah.
Yeah, I would rather just have like, no, that's definitely just a stuffed dance belt.
Yeah, it's just stuff in a big mound.
Yeah, I don't know what's in there. It could be anything.
Yeah,
it could be a dick and balls. It could be an orange.
Right. I'm probably not looking directly at your dick and balls, but thin bit of lycra in the way. Yeah.
But yeah, that's definitely slightly uncomfortable making. So thank you for exposing me to that.
Yeah, this is fun. This one. Oh yeah, it's thinking of like how it was a high school play, and like a lot of times when you watch High School Musicals, like there's a lot of like you'll see like a third of people aren't super comfortable with the dancing and the singing and everything, but like these kids
they all went for it.
Yeah.
Like I think that honestly the talent level of the kids involved was let down by the sound mixing of
Yeah,
whoever it was that recorded this,
right.
because swear to God, everything was unintelligible except for the cat that sings Memories. The Memories girl, who is obviously the school star,
Yeah, yeah.
uh, like she was the only one where it's like I can understand every single word.
Yeah, and that's the song that's really the most singing that goes into that song.
Mhm.
So,
Like the other ones, I'm just like, yeah, no, I can tell that you're singing. You sound pretty good. Can't tell you what you're saying.
yeah, that's the thing. I've seen. So this is day 8. So I've seen every song performed at least 8 times. I
Hmm.
still can't tell you the words to most of them.
Yeah. Have you figured out what a jellicle?
Yeah,
Jellicle?
a jellicle cat.
Yeah.
All cats are jellicle cats, and all dogs are
Okay.
pollicle dogs. I saw a snippet of
Wait,
an interview.
follicle?
Pollicle.
Oh, pollicle. I thought you said
Pollicle.
follicle like a
Yeah.
hair.
I saw a snippet of an interview with Andrew Lloyd Webber where they're asking, what is a jellicle cat? He's all cats are jellicle cats. All dogs are pollicle dogs. Give him a look like, you should know what I mean by that. In that weird way that you see like kids do that and like
Hmm.
grown assholes. It's like, I know some secret bit of information that I'm not telling you. So I
They
feel
just make a
smarter than you.
statement and they're just like, yeah, if you don't get it, that's on you, buddy.
Yeah.
I
But
guess that's on me.
yeah. So there you go, Chad.
Mhm.
But the whole thing, all of Cats, it's based on a book of poems by T.S. Eliot about cats,
Hmm.
and so like that's why it's a lot of just like loose songs about various cats.
Yeah,
But
it seemed like the first, I want to say almost 3/4 of the thing
yeah,
was like every song is just, here's another cat. They're going
yeah,
to tell you about themselves.
here's his deal, and now we'll move
Hmm.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Grisabella and like memory stuff. That's the only kind of arc that happens in the whole thing.
Hmm.
But yeah, in the poems and stuff, like the pollicle dogs and jellicle cats comes up as a weird way of saying poor little dogs and dear little cats, like pollicle, poor little,
I
jellicle,
can
dear little.
understand pollicle to poor little,
Right.
but dear little to jellicle.
Yeah, you got to say it with a weird accent, I think.
Dear little
Jellicle,
jellicle.
jellicle cats. I guess kind of drunk. Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be drunk and sound like you have either your teeth are fused together or you're trying desperately to keep them in your mouth.
Yeah. So everybody, keep your teeth in your mouth
Hmm.
and donate
That's
to
where they
the
belong.
yeah, donate to the Lanai Cat Sanctuary so they can help keep cats' teeth in their mouths with
Yeah,
precision. Hope that's what they do.
I'm sure that they don't take them out.
Yeah.
Like that
Yeah.
doesn't seem like something that a cat sanctuary would do.
You would hope not.
Yeah.
But if you find out that they're doing that, let us know immediately so we can stop donating money to them. But I think
Yes.
they're good people. I think they're good people.
Or if they are taking teeth out of cats' mouths, uh, let us know if it's for a good reason because they were
Yeah.
like bad teeth.
Yeah, like they're infected or something.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Because animals need dental work too.
Yeah. And someone's got to pull those teeth.
Mm-hmm. Those dear little teeth. But yeah, it was definitely probably the best put together high school musical production that I've ever watched on YouTube. Not that I've watched a ton of them.
Yeah.
Like I think the only other thing that I watched was one of the links that you did on 12 Days of Rent Miss last year. I watched part of one of the high schools doing Rent, and I was just like, why am I watching this?
So like I asked myself for 12 days in a row.
Hmm.
Yeah, there was an interesting high school one that they did from a performing arts school in England that happened during the pandemic. So they did it all through Zoom.
Yeah,
So
okay.
people were only singing and stuff through one screen at a time and stuff. It was an interesting way that they did it, put it together.
Did they do that with cats too?
No, I was trying to find it. I couldn't find any cat stuff that happened during the pandemic.
No,
I think it's
no
because
pandemic cats.
yeah, I think it's because the movie had just came out. And
Okay.
people were like, "Oh, this is kind of weird, so we want to step away from it for a little bit because
Mhm.
anyone who likes it because it's so bad it's good kind of thing."
Yeah, it's probably going to be like in a couple of years, like all of those people that were just like, oh God, that fucking crazy ass movie.
Yeah,
We should absolutely do that for
Right.
our school thing.
and I feel like that's a big part of the personality of cats and why it's been successful is people being like, hey, look how weird this thing is that we like. And if you don't
Mhm.
like it, then you're not cool like us. Even though there's a lot of barriers to mainstream like acceptance for it because it's like there's no real story.
Mhm.
It's just singing and dancing about cats. And if you want more than that, then you're not going to get it and be disappointed. If you're
And
into
there
it, you're
really
into
is
it.
like the only that really one song that's super just like, yeah, if you like musicals, here's the one song.
Yeah, there's only
The
one
rest
song.
of it is just like,
Yeah,
we're cats.
yeah. Look,
We're doing
look how
cat
cool this cat
things.
is. Yeah.
Here's my name, and I'm gonna tell you about me. Which sounds like a musical thing to do, but it's like one of those throwaway numbers
Yeah.
in
Well,
any other show.
it's a first act thing of like,
Yeah.
okay, here are your characters. Here's a song about what their deal is, and
Mhm.
now they're gonna do stuff. But now that doesn't happen to this. They just disappear after their song.
Yeah, this one is just like, look, let me introduce you to a character, tell you what their deal is.
Yeah.
Get off stage.
Get more cats to get through.
Next,
Keep
we
moving.
need to tell you about someone else. It's just an endless string of introduction.
Do you have any cats in this one that any of the cat characters that stood out to you as one
Like I said, I could really only understand Memory's cat.
Oh, okay.
So it's like with that being the only thing to hang my hat on, it's like, well, there was a fat guy cat who I remember
Yeah.
seeing more than once, and yeah, that's kind of it.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't even tell which one was supposed to be the super old cat, like if it was Memory's cat or if it was someone else.
She's old, but there's the other one though with the actor cat, Gus, the theater cat, supposed to
Mhm.
be old and shaky. But
Because
you're
isn't there one that's named after like a biblical character, like Methuselah or something?
old Deuteronomy.
Yeah, Deuteronomy,
Yeah,
Methuselah. That's close.
he's the big rug wearing cat who's kind of
Yeah.
like the Ewok that died at the Battle of
Mhm.
Endor. That's what I always think of when I see him. Kind of got a loose body to him. He's got the big rug on him. But yeah, you mentioned the fat cat.
Mhm.
Interesting because like there's Buster Jones, who's like the cat in the white spats, like the big fat rich cat, who's traditionally known as the fat cat. But then also in this production, it's different because Rum Tum Tugger is played
Mhm.
by a larger actor.
Yeah.
It's a very different body type than you normally see for that character because he's supposed to be like super horny and everybody
Okay.
wants to bang him. That's why he's always shuffling his or swinging his hips around at people.
Mhm.
So it's interesting to see that it was a bigger guy. I think it was a
Oh,
cool.
that's cool. Body
Yeah.
positivity.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's like fat people want to fuck too.
Yeah, and people should be into that. You need to see, you need to normalize fat people being sexy like that.
Mhm.
That's always one of the performances I always look at now in cats is how people deal with them because in order to be a good rum tugger, you really have to like act from your hips and
Mhm.
just be totally confident about, oh yeah, this is me just humping away at people and they love it and I'm great. It makes me think of Austin Powers where like
Mhm.
he's with the fembots and then he takes his just like humping in the air at them and their heads explode. Like you
Mhm.
have to have that attitude as from Tug Tugger. And not everybody does it. Some people kind of half-assedly will shake their hips because they feel, I mean, it has to feel weird to be on stage in front of a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Humping away.
But I mean, that's the character. That's what's
Yeah.
called for.
Yeah.
If you're not going to ear hump, why do you want to be Rum Tum Tugger?
Yeah, exactly. That's what he does.
So who in the crazy movie that just came out that you watched with Dan,
Right.
because Dan loves that movie.
Yeah.
Who's Rum Tum Tugger?
So Rum Tum Tugger is forgot his name. It's somebody that people know about. Jason Derulo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's
like I
the guy
should
who
know more
sings
about
his
him.
name in all of his songs.
Oh, okay.
Like if you've ever heard any of his actual songs, not songs from Cats or anything,
Right.
but like ones on his albums.
Yeah.
Like he always starts a song by introducing himself.
Like he does a good job of being a sexy cat
Mhm.
and like real smooth and good dancing and stuff, but he doesn't do all the hip work that you really see normally.
Okay.
I think that was probably a directorial decision. Like, yeah, we're gonna have other ways of showing how horny this cat is.
So basically, what you're saying is the ideal Rum Tum Tugger is someone from the cast of Magic Mike.
Yeah, I think that's really how you want to play it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I was listening to it and I'm like, the music sounds like it would be good if I could hear
Mm,
better.
yeah.
But, it's a high school production, so you can't really expect too much in the way of great sound engineering.
Yeah. And
Like,
also, it wasn't recorded, I think, for posterity. It was just somebody, in the tech booth or something had set up a camera and was doing it.
mhm.
So they were
Now,
just
I
using
know
their
that there
on-camera
was
microphone.
some video editing involved
Mm,
because there were a few camera cuts
yeah.
that I saw where it was just like, oh no, cut to the camera on the very side of the stage. And then there was a few like back and forths, but for the
Yeah.
most
Some
part,
camera stuff.
it was like sort of medium shot.
Yeah. So there was somebody working the camera. I think it's probably maybe like a student from the AV
Mhm.
club or something.
Yeah.
And I watch a lot of low budget, almost amateur made movies, and the sound, recording the sound, taking the time to really do the sound right is something people don't. It's something you have to learn to do.
Mhm.
A lot of times it's like, oh, I'll just record with there's a microphone on the camera, so I don't need to have a boom mic or set up the sound separately. But then that usually sounds bad. That's really
Yeah.
what I think I have in here.
Well, when you actually record with the boom, all of a sudden it's just like, huh. So that's what it sounds like when you have a mic like that someone's speaking into,
Yeah.
as opposed to something where, oh, there's a microphone and it's in the same room as the person who's talking.
Yeah. Especially if like you do cuts and stuff where it's like, oh, now the sound is completely different every time a different person's talking and you're looking at them from a different angle or whatever.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's just something people have to learn.
And again, these are people in high school.
Yeah. So they are learning. That's what they're there for.
Yeah. Like honestly, maybe the video was another part of the project
Yeah, I bet.
for the kids that were doing this.
Yeah. And that's something that I didn't learn until I was well into my 20s.
I still don't understand
Yeah.
sound mixing, and I've bought like several soundboards in my lifetime.
Oh, yeah. I just
Like
got to
honestly,
fix stuff.
just trying to figure out what mic goes into what hole. Difficult enough.
Yeah. So good on those kids. Yeah, like the songs themselves, like are catchy. Like if you stop me at any moment watching a production of Cats, I go and ask me if I'm enjoying it, I will be like, yeah. If you ask me like what is going on and who's doing what, I can't may not necessarily be able to tell you
Mhm.
what any particular song is about, other than we're just learning about this cat. But every time, once in a while, I'll think of something and look up a lyrics to the songs. I'm like, oh, I didn't know that they were saying this and this.
So it's like that even with the more professional versions.
Yeah, I think it's probably just because it's hard to pay attention and keep track of all the things that they're saying, and a lot of it's like nonsense words or things that don't really matter.
Yeah.
Kind of let it go by, and you just kind of feel on the rhythm, the tune of the music.
It's more important to feel what they're saying
Right.
than to understand it.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
that that sort of seems like almost an ideal.
Yeah.
Like words. Ah, you need to feel the music in your heart.
Yeah. Feel it and just watch us express it through our bodies, and that's something that you can do with a musical,
Mhm.
stage musical especially. It kind of works. You can't. It makes it harder in the movies.
Oh
So,
yeah,
yeah.
no, for sure. Like that is something where it's like when you have the crowd there and that kind of energy, like it's very purposeful that, and I'm wondering, does every single production that's not like the movie start with the cats coming in through the crowd?
Yeah, I think it's built. It's supposed to be that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great way to sort of like just get the crowd into everything from the very beginning.
Yeah, and you have them, yeah, kind of in your face. You're like, oh, okay, this is what's going on here.
Mhm.
I get it. I'm part of it now. Yeah, it's a good way to connect with the audience.
This is weird, and I'm not sure that I'm super comfortable, but all right.
Okay, but this is what it is.
This is what's happening now.
Yeah. So I'm honor them off, but I know what it is. I'm feeling it.
Hmm. One thing that I was kind of surprised about was like, and we're talking about the need for dance belts and everything with
Right.
these kids, is the fact that they did bodysuits for all of the
Yeah.
cast. Like I was totally expecting that because these were high schoolers, they were going to end up looking more like furries,
Right.
but it was just like, no, this is what you would expect from a professional to semi-professional production of cats.
Yeah. And that's what you see a lot in most of the productions is they all kind of have that same look to them. It's all the bodysuits, some fur, and then like the big wigs and stuff.
Hmm.
So you
And
don't.
the airbrush stripes.
Yeah, yeah, and it's the makeup and stuff, and it's similar throughout all of them, especially all the main character cats kind of have the same look, whether they're a black and white or a tabby or whatever.
Hmm.
And yeah, it's just like I noticed that like when I was doing Rent last year, there's a lot more variation where it's like, oh, this one guy, he's the rock and roll guy, so that could mean leather jacket or it could mean like plaid shirts or whatever.
Hmm.
Yeah, so people had more room to like do different things with the costumes. But here, everyone kind of sticks a lot more to that original like Broadway look,
Hmm.
which is cool. It's cool. It makes everyone kind of has that uniformity to it.
Standardizes the experience.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's like the Starbucks of musicals, except
yeah.
instead of them not understanding you when you say your name, you don't understand them when they're saying their name.
Exactly. You're not sure when you're hearing a name.
Hmm.
Yeah, but then they also have stuff like the dances. The dance numbers will the intensity of dance choreography will change between shows,
Hmm.
especially like the high school ones. And that's the other thing I look for is the Mungo Jerry and Rumple Teaser ones. It's like in like the professional level, they're doing a lot of tumbling and dancing and really, really intense choreography and singing the whole time. It's just those two characters
Oh
and
wow.
like able to keep their breath and stuff. And like as you go down in people's experience doing that kind of stuff for the performers, they're how much they're panting by the end goes up
Hmm.
and how much less of like the tumbling and stuff that they end up doing. That's always interesting to see the difference.
That makes sense.
Yeah. My two big ones.
Overall, I would say that it is a positive experience. I can't complain about the thing that I watched. It's not like I would have watched something better with my time.
Right. Yeah. And I
Yeah.
appreciate you coming on,
Hmm.
helping to raise money for the Lanai Cat Sanctuary, which by the way, watching we hit our $100 donation goal tonight. I will post a
Yeah.
video of me trying to dance along to the Buster for Jones number.
Nice.
Yeah. That's the other thing I wanted to ask you about, Chad, is the Jellicle Ball that happens at the end of the first act, which is a
Hmm.
9-minute, just unbroken dance sequence. Like I personally, whenever I get to that point, I end up getting kind of bored and just get up in the living room and just try to dance along just to
Oh, I super
something to do.
phased out at that point.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, I was watching the whole thing while I was playing a game on my phone.
Ah,
Yeah, and at that point, uh, when when it was just music going on, I
right.
I think I kind of phased out until a YouTube commercial cut in.
Yeah, that one gets me because like after that, then like a couple more songs happen. It takes me 2 or 3 songs to kind of get back into it because I do kind of phase out. Like I'll dance along for a while and then I'll just go find something else to do. And then
Well, I mean, you've watched it so many times
yeah,
at this
yeah,
point.
yeah. So I'm starting to realize, what the next couple of songs are instead of it just kind of being blacked out of my mind.
Hmm.
But I can never remember the name of the railway cat. Like I never give him a fair shake because it's right on the edge of that. My attention coming back. So I think I was 2 or 3 times into it before I realized that they make a train out of trash that he plays with. Like I didn't even notice that when Joe brought it up. I was like, oh, they did that? I must not have been paying attention.
That reminds me of bathroom break matches in wrestling,
Yeah.
where like right after they have like something super crazy awesome,
Right.
uh, like they'll usually just have a whole bunch of nothing, or they'll throw people that no one's going to care about up
Right.
on stage, and then they're just like, yeah, now you go do your thing to an audience who doesn't care.
Yeah.
And then after the people that are doing stuff when no one cares, that's when it's like, okay, now it's your job to get everyone's attention back.
Yeah. So that everyone's kind of let that air out and kind of taking a rest. Now we can get back
Mhm.
to it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it sounds sort of like the ball is like everything builds up to it, and then midway through, you're just like, I'm bored now.
Yeah.
But I am interested in tomorrow.
Oh yeah. That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, there's apparently a talk show version
Yeah,
that I still have to watch.
Yeah, it's very weird. It's in Russian. I forgot to mention to everybody that there are no subtitles. So if you don't speak Russian, you're really gonna have to do a lot of guessing. But you're one of the lucky people who have seen at least one production of Cats already, so you know what it's supposed to look like. Kind of.
Kind of.
You don't know necessarily what it's supposed to sound like, but you know what it's
Yeah.
supposed
I'll know most of the visuals at least.
yeah. So, I mean, clicking through this, it'll seem like there's a lot of people just like in suits and stuff and like doing comedy bits. And there's other people dressed like cats. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's gonna be there's gonna be stuff to talk about tomorrow. We got a bunch of people coming on, so it'll be fun.
Is it going to be like a series of people, or is it just going to be like 8 chat windows
I
going
think
at
it's
the
gonna
same
be
time?
yeah. I think it'll just be everybody on at once because
Oh,
we got a
nice.
couple people from the East Coast. So it'll be after midnight over there. So I think they want at least those guys will be on early, and then
Mhm.
figure it out.
All
Yes.
right. Well, that sounds good. In the meantime, everyone, please donate to Lanai Cat Sanctuary.
Yeah, until midnight, and see if I can post that. Make me post a video of me dancing to Buster Jones.
Mm-hmm. And then if you can't donate until after midnight, do we have another thing for next week, or?
Yeah, I haven't made it yet, but I will post in that one somewhere. Follow the Apollo Koala on Twitter, and then I'll post a link on there with the next fundraiser. It's $100 every day. Our goal is $100. So if it can go towards today's or it can go towards tomorrow's, we'll figure it out. I'm pretty good at math. I'll make it work. If we raise $100 in the next 24 hours, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Just donate, and I'll do it.
Just give. It's good cause.
Yeah, don't worry about what you get in return. Just do it.
You might get a dance. You might not get a dance.
Yeah, just depends on what time zone you're
in.
Yeah, but now
because I mean, like that's how we're gonna be watching this weird Russian talk show thing.
Yeah,
might be big dance numbers, might be weird comedy bits in a language no one understands.
Yeah, but it'll be fun either way, and it's for a good cause. So donate. And thank you, Chad, for joining us. You like hearing me and Chad talk, and also AJ from earlier this week. We do have a podcast. What's up with that, bro? We'll be dropping episodes again shortly. I know I've got so many in the bank. So many in the bank. So anywhere you listen to podcasts, look up What's Up With That, Bro. We're talking about Lost, watching it backwards. Chad's never seen Lost before, except for almost all of it now.
We're getting pretty close to the end, buddy.
Yeah.
Or the beginning, really.
Yes. And the beginning is the end because time is a flat circle. You know what that means? Don't need to get into that. But yeah, thank you for joining us, Chad. Anything else you want to plug before we say goodnight?
Not particularly.
Cool.
Just give Dave money.
Yeah.
He's gonna give it to cats.
Yeah, I mean, it's going through GoFundMe. It's gonna go straight to the cat, so don't worry about me getting my mitts on it.
He's not gonna take his cut of the cat money.
Yeah, if I do, it's gonna be me dressing up like a cat and going to the Lanai Cat Sanctuary to try to get my bad teeth pulled or something. For free.
Who is going to be filming that? Because someone needs to film that.
Probably the mayor. No, the mayor of Lanai is the mayor of Maui, isn't it? Anyways,
I think so.
Yeah.
So it's Shane Victorino's dad.
Yeah. If you know him,
I don't even know what his name is. I just know that he's Shane Victorino's dad.
Yeah, I see him on the news every once in a while, but I can't get them.
The part that they edit out on the news is the part where he mentions that his son is Shane Victorino. because that's always at the beginning of the news conference.
Nice. Just to remind everybody who he is.
Mhm.
All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. Thanks for donating. Thank you, Chad, for joining us. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night for something really weird. I don't even know how to describe it other than it's weird in Russian. So if you speak Russian, let me know. Anybody. So that we can send you the link and you can tell us what's going on. But we'll figure it out. Good night, everybody.